Hello, this is Raphael Freeman, and over the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to try and teach you how to mark up a PDF. So the first thing we want to do, of course, is save the file. Click on the menu, do Save As, that's Shift-Control-S, and I like just to simply append my initials at the end so that it's very clear. Do not change the draft, okay? You haven't changed the draft, you're just making comments on the draft. So just append and send that back. Okay, now that we've made the corrections, it's going to come up with a silly dialogue. Press cancel, and I want to see the comments. Sometimes you might see, instead of comments, you might see something like bookmarks. Doesn't matter, just close it, or you can keep it open actually. Just switch to comments to the top right. Okay, I'm going to press Control Space. I'm going to zoom in onto the text that I want to do. How do I delete a word? I'm going to highlight the word, including the space after, press the delete key. Very easy. If I want to delete what I've deleted, I can just delete it again. Very simple. We can also delete a couple of letters in that way. We can even use it if we want to join two words together. Let's pretend the word orcon was a word, and that will make this the word orcon. Not very clear, but it works. So that's how we press delete. How do we insert something? Let's say I want to insert the word A before the word conviction. I simply place the cursor where I want it to go, press the letter A, and an A appears on the right. Now I'm going to need to add an extra space afterwards. I'm not going to hit the enter key. It's the most natural thing to do, it just doesn't work. So putting enter will ask for a new paragraph, so we'll be very careful. We want to hit the post key, and we could do that by just hitting Control Enter. If you're on the Mac, it'll show you here Command Enter. Okay, I can also replace text in this word. In this way, I can highlight the word orthodox, I can replace it with the word reform, Control Enter. Let's say I want to go ahead and I want to replace, I don't know, a few more words. I'm just going to make up some random text. Okay, going to highlight this. This is random text. I can also apply formatting to the random text. I can highlight random and do Control I or Control B. If I don't remember those shortcuts, I can go into text style here, say underline, italic. Let's do italic, okay? Now, just to be very careful, there's no problem doing that over here. There is a problem if you have the Acrobat Pro. It might be tempting to simply, let's say I don't want Leo Strauss, all this to be in italics. If you right click, you might notice a new feature here where you can say bold text, italicized text, edit text. Do not use these features. I repeat, do not use these features. If you want to make something in the text italic, this is a comment. We made this italic by simply highlighting the text and making italic, but it's a comment. If I want to make this word italics, let's say I want to make the word, I don't know, philosophy italics, then you need to communicate that you want to change the formatting of this word, and the way that you do that is by using the T underline, and that will make it italics. Now it's just changed to red here. I don't know why, it should be green. Okay, and if we have text that's already in italics, then again here you can underline it again, okay? If you want, you can say make text Roman, okay? Now, one of the mistakes that sometimes happens, it's very easy, I've done it myself, is you might want to make this word, you're doing lots of italics and you say orthodoxy and you just start typing italics. That, of course, is going to replace the word orthodoxy with the word italics. Don't do that. Hit the escape there. Also, be careful not to put comments when you're replacing text. So don't say reform here and then make lowercase. Okay, because that's just going to insert the text reform followed by make lowercase. So don't do that, please. Okay, so double click on it and we're going to delete that mistake. Okay, very, very important. Okay, now that we've done deletions, replacement, insert text, we've got italics. Oh, how happens if I want to make a word bold? Again, very tempting to right click and make bold. Do not do that. If you want to make this text bold, you want to make some text bold, then, or anything else, you just highlight it and you'll see there's this little plus comment tool. And this is same as add note to text. So you can just click that here. And this is the same as right clicking and doing add note to text. It's exactly the same thing. Highlight the text exactly that you want and you can write the word bold, Control Enter. Okay, now you can also use the same little tool to say make all caps. And just type small caps, Control Enter. If you want to make this particular paragraph a quote, and therefore it should have space before, space after, space on the left, you can just write here quote. Okay, very easy. Or this might have been a title, and you might want to write make this a header like that on the previous page. Okay, you can make comments. Now, very important not to use the sticky note tool, which I believe is over here. Okay, do not add the sticky note. Sticky notes are very problematic because the sticky note is not really connected to the word circumcision over here. And what can happen, that unless you highlight it, and this is a new feature, who knew? I've just learned something. Okay, so if you use the note tool and you highlight the text, then that's okay, because I haven't highlighted it very well. So I have to be very careful to highlight it exactly. Okay, then that's fine. This is a bullet, okay? But if you just click a sticky note, this is bad. You don't want to be sticking sticky notes. You should only be using notes which are connected, which are somehow connected to the text, like Spinoza was. Okay, so let's go back to the arrow key. Learned a new feature, by the way. There are some nice new features in Acrobat, so I have to be cognizant of that. Now, one of the things that happens often in a book is that you have footnotes. Let me just press on this button here. I seem to have lost my page. Here we go. Control space. We've got a footnote. We want to delete the footnote. If you're going to delete the footnote, you only actually have to delete that number 4, but sometimes that number 4 is a mistake. So if you want to just make sure that it's understood that you're really deleting the footnote, then it's probably best to delete both of them. But also make sure that if you're going to delete text, let's say I want to delete all this text, be very careful to include that close quote, but not that number 4. Otherwise, that number 4 will get deleted, and that means so will the note below. Okay, so that is basically everything that you need to know. When you're finished with this, we have two options. We can just press the save key. Okay, there's a save to computer, Control S, or we can go to the menu and press save. But we could do something else, which is a bit more fun, and it can be useful if you have a very large file. So if you were sent a 100 megabyte file, you don't necessarily want to be able to send that 100 megabyte file back via email. It won't go via email. That's a bit of a pain. So what you can do is you can press on the 3 dots over here, and you have this obscure feature called Export All to Data File. And when you do that, and it will create a new file. It's got the same file name of your PDF, and it says FDF. Okay, and that's all you have to do. And you press save. And just to give you an idea, if I now look at my folder here, the PDF is 3 megabytes, which is actually relatively small, but the FDF is 19K, which is infinitely smaller. And sometimes, well, not infinitely, but it's a lot smaller. So feel free to use that, and then you can just send an email back. I hope this was a useful, quick overview. I did this in under 9 minutes. There's a much longer video available on my website if you need full explanations of different versions of Acrobat.